Hey, what's up, everybody? It's King Gabe here, and just finished seeing the review of Bob Shaw's review of The Adventures of Pinocchio. And like to send this 1 and 3. I was the guest writer for that review. If you hadn't seen it, go check it out. It's a pretty good little review. Also, be sure to look up, the Descendants movies as well. 1 and 3, the one that I guest wrote for, as I just stated. And there was another guest writer on the second one, but still check it out because you gotta check out that whole trilogy of reviews. So yeah, definitely take a look at that as well as the other stuff on this channel. But for right now, let's focus on a particular topic. One of the things that Raven mentioned in the comments section of that Adventures of Pinocchio video, she asks, what character, movie, or TV show haunted your childhood? Why? And if you were still bothered by it years later. So, here's what's the answer I gave in the comment section. So brace yourselves. You're about to be in for a scare. Anywho, the first one that terrified me was Mr. Peanut from the Planters Peanuts commercial. I was about anywhere from a toddler to possibly about 6 to 8 years old when this terror went on. The reason why I was scared of him back then, because when his commercial came on, he was doing this little dancing and everything. At the very end of the commercial, he would jump toward the TV screen, making me think he was in the house, because I'm like, oh my goodness, he jumped out the TV screen. Ah! So I freaked out and ran to my mom screaming. And when she got me calmed down and everything and brought me back in, the room I ran out of, it was a Darkwing Duck commercial that was on at the moment. Darkwing Duck! So, man, could you imagine if Darkwing Duck had showed up at that moment to fight Mr. Peanut for scaring me? That's kind of what I like to imagine being how that happened. It'd be something like, I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the vendor that will sail your salty behind at the next baseball game. I am Darkwing Duck. Suck ass, evil doer. Pretty much like that. So anyway, back to the subject. There were 3 nightmares involving Mr. Peanut. So I'm at my house, and all of a sudden I wake up because I heard the front door open and close, followed by this little music. Do, 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 do. And that music got louder and louder until eventually I saw Mr. Peanut himself walk by my bedroom because my door was open and everything. And I'm sitting there trying not to make a sound, but boy, I'm terrified. And so he passed by my room and went into the bathroom of all places, and you hear the toilet flush and everything. Don't act. And then walk right back by my room after turning the bathroom light off. The music following him. Do, 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 do. And went right out the front door, opening and closing it back. I waited for a little while. Didn't hear anything else. And just as I sighed in relief, all of a sudden he popped back up in front of me saying, I got ya! Ah! And he danced all over the room as I'm just screaming like, ah! And you hear this little music as he's dancing on, which is the same music that would be in the commercials. Oh boy. Then there was the second nightmare. I don't really remember much of it, but only thing I do remember is it was at my preschool, and our teacher was handing out these Planters cheese balls. And as soon as that happened, me and some of my other classmates back at the preschool were up against the wall, sort of like, we're in line to go to like lunch or recess or something like that. And all of a sudden, Mr. Peanut Man just showed up, and that's about all I remember of that dream. Of course, I wasn't, because of course I was terrified. However, the third nightmare was involving the California Raisins. And no, the California Raisins didn't scare me. I was actually a big fan of them. How they perform in all the different songs. Any of y'all that's heard the California Raisins, you know how they sing a lot of the songs like "Heard to the Grapevine," "Signed, Sealed, Delivered," stuff like that. Way back in the '80s and stuff like that, and advertised, had raisin commercials and stuff. Matter of fact, like they had one with Ray Charles and one with Michael Jackson there. It was pretty funny. So, anywho, I was so excited after the performance. However, once it ended, they were suddenly painted yellow and in pain. And just as I sat down to sort of like wonder what in the world was going on, I get picked up by Mr. Peanut, and quite naturally, until he asks, "What's the meaning?" I stopped screaming and woke up angry. So that was the last time I remember being terrified of him as far as, nightmare wise. And also, I just found out that just this past January, Mr. Peanut died. And how did he die, you ask? He died trying to save Wesley Snipes and Matt Walsh. I hope I pronounced his name right. Wesley Snipes and Matt Walsh. Well, at least he's a cartoon character, although some people are really upset about all this. And they want us to take this about as seriously as Tony Stark's death. Okay? You want us to take seriously a peanut falling to his death. Okay. Make sure y'all check out the commercial if y'all ever get the chance. That way you can definitely see what happened if you hadn't seen it already. Anyway, in middle school, the second character that haunted me was a ghost doll from Pokemon that would turn people into dolls and play with them in a creepy way. She was always held by the gym leader, Sabrina. The ghost doll gave me a nightmare during middle school where she had mind controlled two of my friends, and then once they got me cornered, she said while giggling, "Now I'm going to kill you, Gabe." It was like something from The Shining. Oh boy. So, as of now, the doll and Mr. Peanut, it's still kind of creepy, but I really don't let that bother me. At least I try not to. But they was pretty terrifying when I first encountered them, though. However, I'm definitely going to reference my childhood terrors in the future issues of Brown Chronicles. So be sure you get yourself Brown Chronicles issue 1 and 2 and keep up with the series in order to see how these terrors will be referenced. And don't forget to get the other comic books available as well as giving us some extra support on Patreon. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button, share it, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button so you can be alerted when other videos come out. Also, check out my earlier videos, including my recent playlist edition, The Voices of King Gabe. And also keep up to date with Brownie's reaction videos and comic updates. Also, if you hate the idea of Mr. Peanut being my nightmare and now being referenced in my comics, I guess if you're one of the ones that was, wanting us to take this death seriously for some reason, well, I'm sorry to say this to you all, but as Chief Bogo would say, This isn't some cartoon musical where you sing a little song and all your sweet little dreams come true. So let it go. See you later. If you dare.